Have you ever met somebody who was trying to put on a good front, but clearly had no idea what they were talking about? I mean, they're a dime a dozen, right? Well, one of the things that is a big telltale sign when you get somebody trying out a class for the first time, or even if you don't teach, right? If you're getting together like a training group, study group on the side, and you get a new guy, and he's constantly just like, hold up, let me do that again. Let me do that again. Let me do that again. Let me try that again. It's always in the context of, oh, I didn't do it, but I just told you I could do it. And so I'm going to prove that I can do it. And it keeps getting worse, right? And then they say, well, they come up with excuses why they can't perform. It's aggravating. And like, I understand where this kind of attitude, that this machismo comes from, right? I mean, I get it, right? Especially men, right? Every man wants to like be the guy, right? And I totally get it. The problem is that in general, right, when we are dealing in martial arts and fitness, there are real tangible results, right? Where talk doesn't really do the thing, and you end up proving yourself by stepping on the mats, getting under the bar, whatever it is, right? And there's always going to be something that you haven't trained that you're not good at. But the thing is that people that are lifers, people that are in it for the process, people that are in it to grow and become something, aren't afraid of making a mistake, potentially looking stupid or foolish. They do the thing. They ask questions if they get stuck. They accept correction graciously. And even if they disagree with the correction or decide that they don't like the direction that something is going from, they're doing so from a place of trying and respect. And generally speaking, they're doing so from a place of overall experience, having gone through the process with other things already. But you get a lot of these people that basically grew up on the couch, and all they want to do is look good. They want a trick. They want something that will do the thing for them. They want to know how to throw a punch so that they can impress somebody, but they don't want to know how to fight. Or, they want to lift the heavy weight, but they don't actually want to learn how to squat. I actually had a guy who was really, really skinny, like 120 pounds skinny guy, right? Tell me that he wanted to work out, or as soon as he found out that I do training and all that, he tells me that he wants to look slim. And I'm like, you're already slim. And the thing is that he didn't actually understand the word that he was saying, because he didn't bother to look it up. He was, had heard it in context with something, right? And now look, you don't blame people for ignorance on one. You blame people for repeated ignorance when they've had an opportunity to correct it. And it's tempting. We live in the age of the internet. It is tempting to just assume that people will have abolished all ignorance because all of the information ever is at their fingertips, basically for free. Unfortunately, it's not quite that simple. And the fact is that, when you're already skinny, telling somebody you want to look slim is a very clear indication that you don't actually know what you're talking about. Now, I'm more than willing to help somebody like that. I'm willing to help them clean up their understanding of terminology. I'm more than willing to help them clean up their technique and start making progress in the physical realm, because that's the training that I've undergone, and that is the job that I've taken on as a teacher and a coach, is to actually help people progress physically, as well as to help them understand the things that they are doing and be able to converse about them with some level of competence and potentially authority. The problem is that when you encounter these people, if you go too hard too soon and basically call them out on saying the wrong things, doing the wrong things, being unwilling of actually correcting and learning, then they will actually retreat, and basically you'll end up losing a lead entirely, basically because their ego felt insulted. Now, there's a problem in that, because what we do is basically constantly damaging and killing our ego over and over and over again in order to learn something new, or to learn something that we already know better. But you have to be willing to take shots to your ego to do that. And unfortunately, a lot of these people, especially, I mean, it feels like we've had a regression in the last 20 years, but in the internet age, it feels like there's been this almost regression to like being children that are unwilling to admit they're wrong, and especially unwilling to take the steps that it makes to correct something. And it's really unfortunate. It felt like, much of the latter half of the 20th century, we were coming out of that. We were moving away from these, machismo-laden honor cultures and moving into what we would call dignity cultures. And, look, there's problems with dignity cultures, there's problems with honor cultures. There can be a best of both world scenarios, and then the worst of both world scenarios is sometimes referred to as victimhood culture, which seems to be kind of something that we're in now. And that may be part of this visible regression, is that like people are earning social credibility for being victims, and yet we still have that primal drive to be king shit, but we don't have the fortitude to actually become king shit. And that is a problem, right? When you have the want, but not the discipline or the drive to actually take the change, then you end up in a really problematic place. Now, society and culture moves in these cycles, and we're kind of coming to the end of the weak men creating hard times phase, and the hard times are going to be creating strong men again soon. But that's, for the time being, we have to deal with these kind of last thrashing death throes of weakness as we're building this in. And honestly, one of the things that we're going to have to do, if we ourselves are in the role of the strong men that are leading the course into the new generation, we actually have to do what it takes on our part to not drive people away. We have to be able to find a way to make people feel welcome without sacrificing quality. We need to find a way to make people feel like the progress is worth it and necessary without making them feel like they're going to have to sacrifice everything in their lives for it. We have to start getting creative. It's a new era. It's a new dawn of whatever, and we have to be better. All right, I can feel myself starting to ramble, so I'm going to cut this off here, and I will talk to you guys later. Good journey. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends or anybody else who might be interested in this kind of content. If you happen to be in the Metro Phoenix area, come in for a class or just stop in to say hi. We'd love to meet you. Definitely check out our socials and our website that has all of our contact information and all of the other relevant information. And more than anything, check out our Substack. Our Substack will be containing all of the links that we use to cite and reference in our videos, as well as exclusive training content that will be available for premium members. Memberships are cheap, but you can also sign up for free, and we do have articles for free, and we will have more free articles available for you. It is a fantastic platform for what we are doing here, and we hope to see you over there. So I will talk to you guys later, and look out for the next one. Good journey.